Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for coming. We got a really great show today. As you know, we're shining the light, and today we're shining it on a very, very special person to me and Chris personally, and a very special person for ONPASSIVE. Uh, this lady has done a lot of behind the scene things like help with posters. She has multi talented. She's very good in trivia, by the way. Yeah,
Yep.
which doesn't make us very happy because it's men against the women, so she's not helping us at all. But no, a wonderful woman, wonderful. She actually visited up here, met my wife and my grandchildren. They loved her. So anyway, I'm gonna have Chris introduce her properly.
No, no, you have to make an announcement.
Oh yeah, okay. Let me say this too. Today at 2:30, we are going to have on Passive 360. Now we're gonna run it live stream, and if you want to see it, go to the top dot live. You heard me? The top dot live, and I'll put it in the chat. You go there, it'll put you on one of the YouTube channels that it's on. Okay, that's at 2:30, the top dot live. Okay, thanks for reminding me, Chris. Okay, I'm gonna turn it over to you and introduce this young lady, and we're gonna kick it up. Go
Well,
ahead.
it is my pleasure because this lady not only is beautiful and intelligent, even though she hates when I say that, but she's actually fun. I love her personality. Um, I'm going to say her name properly this time. I always say it wrong, but it's Mayra. Uh, oh boy, I said it. How do you say it, Marty? You
Oh
forgot.
my God,
Mayra
Aquino,
Aquino.
Aquino.
I
Yeah.
want to test you. We're gonna bring her on. I want to talk a little bit about her just for a couple minutes because she's an amazing lady. She speaks, I think, two languages, Spanish and English. She's got a really heavy, beautiful accent, which we love. But she's always been a part of whatever we're doing. She just follows us, and we're gonna find out a little bit more about Mayra. And Marty, bring her on. There she is. Hello, beautiful sister. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for asking, Chris.
I am going to turn this over to you. I call her Mayra Aquino, but it's Aquino. She hates when I do that, but she's the queen. Especially to all the Spanish Latinos out there. Hola, ¿cómo estás? That's from a little bit of Spanish, I know, but I'm going to bring this lady. I'm going to give the floor to her. We're going to find out a little bit about Mayra. She's not nervous at all, so don't worry about that. Mayra, the floor is all yours, sweetie.
Oh, thank you so much. And good morning again, Mary and Chris. And glad to be here with both of you. And thank you for having me. And hello also to the ONPASSIVE family for the support. Okay, so there I go. My name is Mayra Aquino. I was born in the Dominican Republic, and I came here at a very young age to the United States, strictly to New York City, where I live now for 45 years. I have 3 daughters, 2 grandsons. Well, and I'm the youngest of my mother's children. We are actually 2 brothers and 2 sisters. And for my mother and father, and we only 3. I'm the youngest. So I say that as well because, we all come from different walks of life and our stories is different. Yet it's the same at the end because I love all my brothers and sisters the same way. Although I lost a brother last year and I miss him dearly, and I'm still grateful to have my other siblings with me, always in touch with me. Anyway, a little bit of myself, besides that, is that when I was around 12, I lost my father, who was my idol, my support, my role model, the family strength, the guidance, the inspiration, and everything, including an entrepreneur, a self-made entrepreneur, as he was the one who developed the first radio station in the town that we live. And the reason why I mention my father is because my father is actually the person who I believe shaped my life, after his death when I was 12. And this is the reason I mention him. You know, he's just still the same special idol in my eyes, although he's gone for over 40, 50 years, I believe. You know, I was 12. And he really shaped my life in the sense that when he got the car accident, I was also in the car with him. And my mom was 5 months in the hospital for the injuries that she received in that accident. We struggle a lot, my brothers, my siblings and I, because the father, the protector and the provider of the house was gone. We were all confused, hurt, and suffering because he didn't teach us to be without him. So it was a very hard time in my life. And it took me over 20 years of therapy, of counseling and things like that. And I'm not embarrassed to say that it took the best of me for many years. Anyway, I move on. We all have to, and everything that happens in our life, good or bad, we have to embrace and accept, because this is the only way, we grow. And we don't really know what's the purpose of life many times until we know ourselves and we find the real purpose of our life is within us. When we start accepting ourselves and knowing ourselves and the reasons why we do the things we do, then we start to look at a life different. Anyway, when I migrated to this country 45 years ago, I started working as a waitress in a coffee shop that belongs to a movie theater for Cuban owners, because at that time I didn't speak any English, so I had to take the job, I had to work. And the reason that I came to this country was because my mother sent me on a vacation, and I didn't want to go back, and I didn't go back. I told my mother I was going to stay with my mother, my godmother, and I did. I stay in this country. But there is all the reasons behind. I'm not going to go into that detail now, because really I will be here talking for hours, and the show is very short, I should say, for that kind of conversation. Anyway, so I started working in the movie theater, in the cafeteria of the movie theater, selling Cuban sandwiches and juices and stuff like that. I was only 18. And I got to interact in that kind of environment and providing services to the community. And to believe it or not, I liked it. It was a good experience because it gave me more, more. I kept in touch more with people and gave me the opportunity to talk to people from all over the world. And I started speaking a little bit English. I was throwing my Spanglish really bad because I used to try to translate things out of the blue without going to school for it or anything. For example, I'm going to give you a little sample. I tried to translate one time. I was afraid, and I tried to think in Spanish. So instead of saying I'm afraid, like I learned after, I used to say I have afraid, like I talk in Spanish, right? So little by little, I started talking in with people that were English spoken individuals and in bilingual, and I started to just do it, and I didn't care how much I was laugh at it. I didn't care about none of that. All I was determined to do is to learn regardless, and I was happy I did learn, because by the time I went to school and I took some classes, I even fell straight into the English class instead of English as a second language. So it gave me a little push, that willingness to want to learn, right, and not to be afraid of learning, regardless of people's laughing at me and that kind of stuff. So after the cafeteria, I went to another job in the food industry, in the restaurant business, because that was the best thing for me to do as a person that didn't speak well the language. I didn't have any other, how you call it, any other college degrees or any other qualification to really go into the corporate world. And I continued to do that for a period of time. I got married, I got divorced, It didn't work well, and I had to continue doing what I knew best, which was the restaurant. After that, I was lucky enough. I would say lucky because I consider myself a lucky person, being that I was in a country, a strange country with no family. My godmother had passed away, and I had stayed on my own. And I tell you that I went through a lot of struggles. I never look at those struggles as a a point of making people feel sorry for me. I did never like that. I don't know. I was a proud person, and I think it was because I was well raised. My father sent me and my brothers and I, my siblings and I, to Catholic school, and we were, he did the best he could with the understanding that he got at the time. And I think we did pretty well from coming from a background as in, as in the underdeveloped country. And, it's something that I need to be proud of. I didn't realize that until much later on life, because I was, put down so many times and discriminated, and then the language barrier, and none of that defeat me, because I always believe that I'm who I am. And I have a clean heart, meaning my intentions towards others was always good, and it remains good regardless of what I go through or what I have been through in my life. And this is what I concentrate on. I concentrate in my spiritual journey through my life, and that's what keeps me together and stronger every time. How did I come to ONPASSIVE? I was tired after I left the cafeteria in the restaurant business. I was lucky enough one day and brave enough, I should say. I had 2 years of college at that time, and I decided to go and apply for a customer service position in a very, very prestigious hospital in New York City. And I was hired. I was hired not because my English was good. I always had the accent, and that was always in the way sometimes, but because I was bilingual. I was able to speak my language fluently and help the Spanish community, which were in so much need of guidance and attention, and that helped me to get that first job in the hospital business, in the customer service division. I was in the customer service as a representative 1, and then I went to 2, and then the last one was 3. All the years, over 20 years plus, in the customer service, healthcare department, healthcare industry, I did pretty good. I was doing really, really good money-wise, and I had created a name for myself. I have respect from everybody, and I was proud of that. But then I decided to go to college at the same time. So I used to work 5 days, go to college on Saturdays all day. And it took me a long time, but I did it. I took a college degrees and this time, the first time that I have a college degrees, I went for medical phlebotomy, but I didn't pursue that career because I got scared at that time when the AIDS problem, AIDS medical kick in, and that gave me a little terrifying moment, and I decided not to pursue that career and dealing with blood and stuff like that. So when I went to school again and I did it 4 years on Saturdays, I used to go every Saturday. I did it, and then I did a college degree, a bachelor's in business administration. When I did that, I was thinking of going back to my country and helping my brother in the father's legacy. My father's legacy was the first radio station that he built in that town. I wanted to go there and help my brother, administer the business and that. But I changed my mind a few times, a few trips I make. I didn't think that I could adapt anymore to the way things are done in the country, in the island. And I say, no, I'm not doing this. I'm going back to the United States. I just went on vacation and that was it. So my college degrees in business administration, it didn't really take me anywhere, in a sense. It just gave me a personal accomplishment. And that's what I look at it as that, as a personal accomplishment. My reason to really do that also was because I wanted to prove to myself that I was capable, because I have a few discriminative cases in my life, that people discriminate me for race, for probably for the female sex as well, because this country, you know how it is, and nobody has to tell you this. And also because I from a country that, underdeveloped, that people that probably didn't have much thought of, it's just so many political reasons and discrimination reasons why things happen the way they do. But that didn't change me as a person. It just helped me to improve better and always concentrate on myself, do better, and not let anybody from anywhere to step on me. And I always demand respect, because that's what I give to everybody, respect, and I always expect the same. And if something doesn't suit me right and make me change who I am as a person, I just walk away from it, because this is not what I'm looking in my life. I'm looking for peace and love and harmony. And if I don't find it, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to continue in my spiritual journey. When I came to ONPASSIVE was because after being in the health industry for quite some time, I also got disappointed of the way things were done, in the background of the healthcare corporate part of the business. I was doing also all the administrative work. I just didn't like the way things were functioning. I was called more than once a rebel without a cause, but I always say to myself, I might be a rebel, but I'm a rebel with a cause. I want things to be done right. And when I see people in the business that, that you are expected to do well, by the way, I was in a micromanage kind of environment, but I never have a problem with it, because I was ethical, I was responsible, I always want to do my best and provide my best service. But it did annoy me, let's say, let me use a simple word, it did annoy me to see that because of favoritism, other people got away with a lot of things that they were not correctly done, they were not ethical, and it just drove me crazy. So when I decided to step out, it was mostly because of that. It was a personal thing, I guess, but that's what it was. I started looking online for an opportunity to see if something was going to be better for me out there, that I don't have to continue to do what I was doing. And that's how I started online, doing, failing all the time, because the marketing business is hard. And what's the faking until you make a kind of thing, and the pyramids and and I didn't like it at all. But when ONPASSIVE was introduced to me, I saw something different. I saw something unique and fair, that was going to bring fairness to everybody equally, regardless of the belief system, the religions, the choices, and the political choices. I saw the opportunity for me to really find what I want deep inside my heart, which to help, to be good to me, to be good to my family, to provide better for to do the things that I wanted to do, and to help more at a larger scale, because I always like to help others economically. We know how much the world struggles with clean water, with food, and it's not fair, because I always believe there is so much abundance, so much abundance for only a few people to control that abundance, because they have societies, have made a decision of have us inside a bubble and don't really open up, because they don't want to share the wealth with the world and teach the world a better way. So when ONPASSIVE came, after I failed a few times and lost a lot of money actually in those online businesses that I was getting into, I didn't know any better. I was just looking. When ONPASSIVE come, everything has changed, because ONPASSIVE really had to make the difference. ONPASSIVE really showed me the true colors of an online business, because ONPASSIVE is ethical, it's what I want, it's pro-humanity, and it's going to save so many lives and give so many people the opportunity to shine, to be who they want to be, to succeed. And it's nothing else I want in this life more than to see others happy, providing the best they can to the family, to be the best they can with themselves, So my spiritual journey is also connected with ONPASSIVE, because ONPASSIVE really aligns to what I want to do and I want to be in my life. So it's just a right connection to me. ONPASSIVE, it gave me in the beginning, and I'm sorry I'm going to say this, but in the beginning it gave me a little disappointing. I was a little disappointed because, not everybody wants to give you a little credit and make you look good and help you and guide you. Not everybody's through that, and I didn't have that good luck in the first 2 years until I woke up and I realized who I should stick to it. And I really thank MARTY and Chris for that. Robin Noble, for giving me some kind of insight as well. And I'm just grateful for the right people because I learned to choose who I want to stick to it. And I'm really going to stick to the ethical people because that's what I follow. This is what aligns with my belief, the way I am, who I am, and I'm sticking to that, and that's it. And that's why ONPASSIVE is going to be in my life until my last breath. Okay, because this company is not just about the products that they're going to bring at a lower price and all this technology. It's about helping humanity achieve what it never achieved in the past because of greed, envy, and jealousy. Everything's going to change. And I know this from my heart. My high intuition tells me this, and I'm sticking to my truth. And this is it. So I have some projects that I would love to discuss, but really I'm a little superstitious and I like to keep it to myself because I always believe that with so many eyes around and the world of duality that we live in, good and bad, I just don't want the bad to pay attention to what I'm going to do or my intention, which is good, because really, I don't need that, okay? I don't want to spend my good energy explaining to people that are not going to understand where I'm coming from and what I'm going to do. It's just going to be you just wait and see, and then the action and the results will tell you. So I like to keep it to myself. Besides, already a lot of people know that I'm involved in some projects in Kenya. And the reason why I chose Kenya is because I just met a wonderful lady in Kenya that does a lot for her community, a lot. She sacrifices her life, her time, her health, everything to help these communities that have no clean water and no food. And these children that cannot even go to school because they're hungry. And I just became overwhelming of the idea of helping, obsessed with the idea of helping this community first, because that girl got into my heart so deep that I call her today my daughter. She's my daughter, my soul daughter, right? So that's going to be another story for another time to tell, especially when I bring her with me one day to the world, because she has to be recognized big time, big time. You see, there are a lot of people doing things. There are a lot of people doing things because they want recognition, they want attention. They're attention seekers, actually. They want attention, they want the world to they think they are the center of the universe. And that's not what it is. That's not what life is. That's not the true intention of your heart is, okay? The true intention of the heart is try to bring people together, try to provide for everybody, a means to provide, so they can provide to their families and the food that they need and the resources they need to educate the children and elevate themselves, in over extent of the world. So it's just like I say, ONPASSIVE is my spiritual journey. It is my spiritual journey for what ONPASSIVE entails, is to do right in humanity, to do the right thing, regardless of the naysayers, the haters, and all that. I will never, ever let anybody change my heart. You, and another advice, this is going to be an advice, actually. I like to give advices because I think I'm a person of experience and older and wiser. And I say, why not? If nobody listen in general, at least one person will get the advice. My advice is this: don't ever judge anyone by somebody else's opinion. Give people a chance. Give people a chance. Get a chance to know them first before you forge an opinion based on somebody else's, opinion of that person. Don't do that because it's wrong. I have this experience in my life, even in the beginning of my journey in ONPASSIVE. People are people. They're always going to behave, that way. And not everybody's agenda is clean and transparent. So a lot of people have hidden agendas, and they sometimes they use the agendas and to try to harm people, and that gotta stop. Be your own judge, okay? Give people a chance, because everybody deserves a chance. Don't judge. We're not here to judge anybody. We're not here to compete. We're not here to be better than another. Those days are gone. And if we don't wake up and become united and try to do something for the world in general to help the real issues of the world, then we are wasting our time. We are wasting our time. And it's nothing more important than being true to yourself. Being straightforward is not always a bad thing. Be real, okay? And don't get confused by pretty words. And the competition it should be abolished. There's no reason to compete. We all equal. We all have the chance to succeed in our life, and at the same time, we all won. So I just don't know why people fight, why they battle each other, why they get jealous. So everybody has something to contribute, regardless of how small or how big you see them. We all have something to contribute when we are pro-good and we are with the right intentions. ONPASSIVE is going to bring me to a high level in my life, because as I continue to go in my spiritual journey, ONPASSIVE is the one providing those tools that I need. And I'm going to mention just Academy. I will love, and I'm going to continue my education. Academy is going to help me do that without the burden of school loans, without the worries of working and getting all my income from my business and just go to a school loan. I don't have to worry about that. And we're going to have a lot of chances to do that, to better ourselves. Because if we want to make a change in the world, really, a real change, the change had to start with you. That's my deep truth. If the change doesn't start with you, and you start knowing you and your flaws and how you can be better, you're not going to make any change in the world. It starts with you. So I think it's time. Start today. Start today. Analyze who you are. Know yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Just be better every day. Because I do that. I had to fight this duality war, because we have both good and bad. And if I had to fight it until the end, I will. But nobody ever have changed me. And I have had terrible experience in my life too. I don't talk about them, because when I move on, and they don't define me. I just try to be better regardless. What can I tell you? What else can I tell you? I mean, all I want is peace, love, unity. And I want people to understand also that our CEO, who I respect very much, he's my giant, my brother, my friend. I want you to understand that he's blood and flesh and blood. We had to give him the time that he needs to rest. We had to give him the time to spend time with his family. We had to stop rushing and expecting and demanding, because he's the one going to fire for us, for humanity to change. So let's just have some respect and some consideration and some loyalty. That's all I ask. I ask as a founder and as a human being, and as a part of this movement. That's all I ask. And give a chance to people, right? Give a chance to people. Don't judge. Don't categorize people for what you think they should be or how you think things should be, because at the end, we're probably all wrong. Because our journey is not about he or she or what he does or what she does. Our journey is about us. Our journey is about discovering who we truly are in this vast universe. And this is my continuous journey. It's going to be about me getting better each day, so I can give that to my family, to my to my children, to everybody I encounter in my way. And if you are able to see farther than the judgment and the critics, you're going to see it, because I'm who I am. I was, told many times that I was too emotional to do anything in my life. But then again, I prefer to be emotional, because emotion must drive me most of the time to the right path, what I want to be and what I want to do. And it's help humanity, help the people that I encounter, not to struggle so much and to come out of the bubbles and the this way of thinking, that they cannot do anything in life because society dictates so. No, you can do anything you want in your life. And if you listen and open your eyes more and you level of awareness, you're going to see that this company ONPASSIVE, the one that I'm proud of, is the vehicle that we need to do that, to do all we want to do to accomplish our dreams and to guide other people to do the same generously, because there's no reason to be selfish, all right? We need to live, we deserve it, but all this also deserve it. So let's just try to be in unity. Let's stop the nonsense competition and fight. That should become obsolete, or whatever, however you pronounce it. Excuse me, But let's do better. Let's do better each day. Let's understand that everybody deserves the spotlight, because everybody's writing their own story, and every story counts. Every story counts when you're going to use it for good and help others as well. What can I tell you? What else can I tell you? That I spoke too much, Marty and Chris? I don't know. Maybe I did.
No, because I'm blown away, because 5 minutes before, because Marty and I were both late as usual.
I thank you. I thank you both. I thank you both for the opportunity, and I thank my
Mayra, you did unbelievable. That was perfect.
And she was like me. She says, "Chris, poquito. I got nothing."
Thank you. I don't want I was trying to pinch my own self because I didn't want to cry, right? Because I'm emotional. Yes, I'm emotional, but they guide me to good things. They don't really make me make crazy decisions, right? So emotions are not bad. I come from a very warm culture. We like to hug, we like to kiss, we like to go to our neighbors' houses. This is my culture, right?
Yeah. No, it was perfect, Mayra. Perfect.
We love people, I said.
You're a superstar, just like I thought you were. Definitely.
I loved your opinions, because they were all truthful and they weren't about you. They were saying, "Listen, let me give you some advice. Love people, respect people." You came from somewhere to a whole new country with one language. I have so much respect for anyone that can speak more than one language. And as you can see, I try to speak Spanish, but not very well. But everything you hit every checkbox for me as you were talking. You said, "I don't have much to say," and you were amazing. You hit everything right on the head. I loved it.
You were perfect.
I talk too much sometimes.
No.
That's the Spanish.
This is what this is for. This is what this is for. It is. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Thank you, Marty.
I appreciate you for coming. You're a superstar.
Thank
I
you
knew that the first time I saw you.
for having me.
Anyway, I'm going to close it out. Everybody say goodbye. Oh, remember, 2:30, 360, the top dot live. Let me say that one more time. 360 today at 2:30, the top dot live.
Yeah. And that'll put you on a rotator for over 20 YouTube channels, and you'll have different YouTube channels that pop up when you click on it. And let's have some fun.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mayra. You were amazing.